Between June and September, a series of relentless earthquakes shook China, overshadowing any national celebrations. These tremors were incessant, stretching from Beijing to Shanghai and from the Bohai coast to the southwest and northwest. A closer look at China's seismic tectonic map reveals that these affected areas align with the nation's primary seismic belts. Interestingly, out of China's six seismic belts, only two have remained dormant. It feels as though the very ground of the nation is in constant motion. But the question arises, is this merely a geological event, or is there a profound significance behind it? Regions like Shandong, Liaodong, and the Bohai Rim, and Beijing, where two seismic zones ominously intersect, experience an average of 6 daily earthquakes in August. For the residents of these areas, the tremors signify more than just geological disturbances. There's a growing sentiment that these natural events might symbolize an impending shift in China's political landscape. Could it be that Mother Nature, or the cosmos itself, is signaling a pivotal change for China? Let's delve deeper. A chilling home surveillance footage from 2:33 a.m. on August 6 captures the raw power of the earthquake. The tremor, measuring 5.5 on the Richter scale, struck Pingyuan County, nestled between Shandong and Hebei. The quake's ferocity left the local residents of Shandong in disbelief. One recounted,
An alarm from my cell phone jolted me awake. Suddenly, a countdown echoed in the silent night, soon followed by a deafening air raid siren. For a split second, I wondered if extraterrestrials were descending upon us.
The quake's impact wasn't limited to the epicenter. Even individuals from as distant as Beijing felt its wrath, with many recounting how their beds trembled with force. Beyond Pingyuan County, areas like Jiangsu weren't spared either. Intriguingly, netizens from Jiangsu claimed to have witnessed what they termed as an earthquake cloud. A post from 3 days before the earthquake piqued the curiosity of numerous online readers. The author of the post shared,
In the course of my thesis research, I stumbled upon historical records revealing Shandong's location within the Tanlu earthquake zone. Back in 1668, the Tanqing earthquake, with a staggering magnitude of 8.5, rocked the confluence of Shandong and Jiangsu. This quake resonated across half of China. Historical patterns indicate that this seismic zone becomes active approximately every 350 years. This suggests that we might be on the brink of another significant seismic event.
Recently impacted by the tremor, Pingyuan County lies within the Tianlu seismic belt. This belt stretches an impressive 2,400 kilometers, spanning from northeast China to Anhui province. Astonishingly, the seismic activity on August 6 marked the area's inaugural experience with an earthquake of magnitude of 5 or greater. The aftermath was devastating, resulting in the destruction of 126 homes and significant damage to the gas infrastructure. The recent months have been an alarming surge in seismic activity. To illustrate, in just 1 week of mid-June, China was jolted by 13 earthquakes, each registering a magnitude of 3 or higher. Fast forward to the second week of August, and the nation felt the tremors of another 9 earthquakes of comparable strengths. Between mid-August and early September, the eastern outskirts of Beijing experienced tremors from 2 earthquakes, each measuring a magnitude of 3 or less. In a startling 70-minute window, Sichuan province was shaken by 3 separate earthquakes. In an unprecedented turn of events, a single day saw earthquakes hitting 4 distinct locations across 3 provinces. Areas in 5 regions of Xinjiang, along with Sichuan, Shandong, and Yunnan province, felt the impact of quakes with magnitudes of 3 or above. The online community has voiced their growing concerns.
The escalating frequency of these recent quakes is deeply alarming and unsettling.
Adding to the alarm, Shanghai, a city seldom affected by earthquakes, felt the tremors of a 3.1 magnitude quake on the night of June 15th. The sentiment of shock and apprehension is palatable among mainland netizens.
It's staggering. The sheer number of earthquakes in such a brief period is unnerving.
Some are wondering what the events signify.
Nature's patterns appear to be shifting. What might this signify?
What's more, in August, numerous atypical celestial occurrences were observed both preceding and following these earthquakes. Footage from August 4th unveils a disconcerting sight in Hebei province, a sky blanketed in clouds, yet radiating an uncanny orange-red hue. Especially in Shandong province, cities near the epicenter witnessed a particular red glow in the sky, both before and after the 5.5 magnitude tremor. This mysterious light lingered for over 30 minutes. Multiple netizens took to the internet sharing images and noting the deep red transformation of the sky just a day prior to the quake. Subsequently, in a waterway in Hebei, a curious sight emerged. Dozens of ducks swimming in counterclockwise patterns. At the heart of these swirling formations, two prominent waterfowls, one white and the other black, stood out, their positioning evoking the iconic yin-yang symbol found in Tai Chi diagrams. These enigmatic occurrences spurred animated debates online. Among the myriad of comments, one particularly poignant remark stood out.
China is witnessing a cascade of calamities. It feels as though we're navigating through a nightmare.
Another footage unveiled a mesmerizing scene in the aftermath of Pingyuan County earthquake. On the 6th, in Henan province, the night sky was set ablaze with swarms of swallows, painting a breathtaking tableau. An awestruck local capturing the phenomenon remarked,
Incredible. The sky is awash with swallows. Could this spectacle be linked to the Shandong earthquake? They're omnipresent.
In the wake of the quake, a video from Hebei province on August 7th showcased geese navigating in intricate zigzag patterns. It's worth noting that this region isn't a customary habitat for geese, hinting at a possible southward migration. However, considering it was still the early days of August, typically the peak of North China's sweltering heat, the premature migration of geese was perceived as an oddity. Deeply rooted in Chinese cultural ethos, natural occurrences are frequently perceived as celestial admonitions to humanity. Such manifestations are believed to presage pivotal junctures, like dynastic transitions or tectonic shifts in the political realm. Against the backdrop of these recurrent portents, power grabs have surfaced within the Chinese Communist Party. The coalition, spearheaded by CCP leader Xi Jinping, has been at odds with the Zhenjiang coalition, spearheaded by former Vice President Zheng Qinghong and the son of the former president Jiang Zemin, Jiang Mianhen. This feud peaked during the summer summit in August. In a strategic move, Xi Jinping's brigade rolled out sweeping reforms spanning the rocket forces, national security apparatus, state-owned conglomerates, financial sectors, pharmaceutical industry, and the technological arena. This maneuver directly challenged the foundational prowess of the Jiang-Zhen alliance. In a counter-move, the Jiang-Zhen consortium orchestrated a financial stratagem seeking to extract concessions from Xi Jinping on a spectrum of domestic and international directives. Recent upheaval in the financial sector underscores the brewing conflict. On August 3rd, Hong Kong billionaire Li Ka-shing unleashed what many termed as deep water bomb by offering a staggering 30% discount on real estate sales. By mid-August, news broke that Zhongrong Trust, an affiliate of the China Plant Group, missed $1.5 million of payments. Fast forward to August 10th, and the Evergrande Group unveiled back-to-back reports revealing a towering debt of approximately 1.6 trillion yuan. Simultaneously, developer Country Garden projected a loss of 45 to 55 billion for the year's first half. These revelations sent tremors through China's financial sector, precipitating the yuan's devaluation and casting shadows over China's global economic prospects. Analysts are rife with conjectures that the recent real estate debt debacle in China is intricately woven with the Jiangzhe Group's fiscal maneuvers. Allegedly, the group amassed colossal funds through pre-sales and bank credits, funneling money via extensive external liabilities. This modus operandi not only left a trail of uncompleted structures and substantial bank indebtedness, but also set off a financial time bomb, seemingly poised to undermine Xi Jinping's leadership. In the backdrop of the CCP summit, Xi Jinping amplified his regulatory measures. In a counter-move, the Jiangzhen faction fastened the deflation of real estate bubbles to further their narrative of China's economic turbulence. Their ostensible objective was to corner the Xi Jinping administration into rescuing the housing sector, thereby triggering a deeper financial meltdown. Prominent global media platforms, including Bloomberg, Reuters, Financial Times, Wall Street Journal, and the New York Times, rolled out articles around August 16th and 17th, predominantly casting a pessimistic lens on China's economic horizon. Gossip mills are abuzz with the claims that the Jiangzhen Consortium has discreetly siphoned off vast reserves from assorted Chinese financial institutions, stockpiling a considerable K of unauthorized assets abroad. The highest stakes confrontations within the CCP are reaching a fever pitch, with the Jiangzhen faction's synchronized financial and media onslaughts appealing as an veiled coup attempt. Absent a robust counterplay from Xi Jinping, the trajectory could turn ominous. In the immediate aftermath of the summer summit, Xi Jinping swiftly orchestrated a counterstrike. On August 15th, in an unforeseen move, the People's Bank of China slashed interest rates. In tandem, the Evergrande Group came under official scrutiny, which led to it seeking bankruptcy protection in New York City. Having firmly anchored his second term, Xi Jinping remains deeply attuned to the multifaceted challenge that lies ahead, both domestic and international. While his public proclamations resonate with Marxist-Leninist tenets, in many pivotal moments he leans on Chinese traditions. Credible insiders intimate that Xi Jinping harbors a profound reverence for prophecies from traditional Chinese law, especially those that foretell danger he might face. For instance, upon interpreting a philosophy concerning the rocket forces, Xi Jinping embarked on a decisive overhaul of the military unit. Tasked with overseeing the CCP's strategic and tactical nuclear arsenal, the rocket force boasts formidable aerial control. In theory, they hold the potential to intercept Xi Jinping's aircraft. Amidst the reshuffling and streamlining of the rocket force, Xi Jinping recalibrated his travel plans to sidestep potential hazards. Intriguingly, on the cusp of the summer summit, official channels scarcely highlighted Xi Jinping's sojourn to Sichuan via a dedicated train. After the summit, Xi Jinping attended the BRICS summit. Upon his return, rather than making a beeline for Beijing, he opted for a detour to Xinjiang. A retinue of high-ranking state dignitaries flanked him, ostensibly to bolster security and thwart any inkling of a coup or assassination attempt. The undercurrents surrounding the rocket force are intricately linked to Jiang Zemin and his son, Jiang Mianhen. Their long-standing affiliation with rocket force luminaries like Jin Zhiyuan and Wei Fenhe have enabled them to wield considerable sway over the military division. In many respects, the rocket force has evolved into a quasi-private militia, acting as a shadowy arm of the Jiang dynasty. Concurrently, the strategic support force bears their indelible imprint. The Jiangzhen faction is often pinpointed as the epicenter of graft and malfeasance within both the rocket force and the strategic support force. Insiders also suggest that Xi Jinping is flanked by seasoned counselors from the Buddhist and Taoist traditions who proffer strategic insight, potentially influencing his recent scale-back presence on the global stage. In the lead-up to the BRICS summit, South African law enforcement verified that Xi Jinping's entourage swelled to a staggering 500 members, with the delegation commanding 2 entire hotels for the duration of the conference. What raised eyebrows was the preceding month's shipment, an exhaustive inventory of furnishings spanning from China to South Africa, encompassing everything from tableware to bedding, carpets, and draperies, ensuring not a single local item graced his suite. It appeared as though Xi Jinping had orchestrated a bespoke presidential chamber for his stay. While the prevailing sentiment among many observers is that his suite overhaul was a flamboyant display on Xi Jinping's part, those with a pulse on Beijing's political dynamics posit that this exhaustive revamp was more a testament to Xi Jinping's heightened security concerns, striving for an impeccable safety net. This lens also sheds light on Xi Jinping's conspicuous absence from the subsequent G20 summit in India, underscoring that beyond diplomatic and national imperatives, his paramount concern for personal security looms large. Xi Jinping's reverence for age-old Chinese traditions shine through in his actions. He spearheaded the raising of numerous senior officials' villas on the Qiling Mountains, branding them as unauthorized edifice. Even as many within the CCP's elite circles venerate the Qingling Mountains as the feng shui dragon vein, Xi Jinping's unwavering stance on the demolition underscores his profound faith in feng shui and the dragon vein philosophy. The strategic emphasis on the Shanghai New District stands as further testament. State-run media have drawn parallels between Shanghai and Beijing Tantuo Temple, suggesting they share a central axis, hinting at Shanghai being an extension of Beijing's dragon vein. Xi Jinping's dedication to the development and safeguarding of Shanghai is palpable. Whispered accounts intimate that Zhou was deliberately inundated to fortify Shanghai's security, impacting countless inhabitants and the 82nd Army Group. These maneuvers spotlight Xi Jinping's unwavering commitment to traditional Chinese ethos and feng shui principles. Yet a mere homage to traditional Chinese values won't shield the CCP from its preordained destiny. The onus is on Xi Jinping to confront the CCP's historical transgressions against Falun Gong and ensure justice. With a spotlight on the Jiangzhe faction's key players, speculations are rife that Jiang Zemin's demise was remarked by a cascade of celestial events, alluding to the CCP's impending fate. The sands of time are slipping through Xi Jinping's fingers, urging him to chart a path forward with conviction. Age-old adage posits, the CCP's inception was with the snake, and its culmination will be with the snake. This suggests that the CCP's Alpha and Omega are intertwined with those born in the snake's zodiac year. Drawing from this, both Mao Zedong and Xi Jinping share the snake sign. Ancient manuscripts like the pushback chart insinuate that the twilight of this year and dawn of the next mark a pivotal juncture. Yet the final chapter hinges on Xi Jinping's decision and deeds. The recent spat of celestial anomalies and natural upheaval has captured the world's gaze. A palpable sense of a looming transformation pervades the air. Nature's myriad creatures, too, seem attuned to this impending shift. A monumental transition looms on the horizon. The more profound the impending metamorphosis, the more pronounced the harbingers. Thus, it's imperative for individuals to remain vigilant and heed these portents.